I forgot to both go live on Twitch and on YouTube. Okay, we're really high up there. So as you can see, I got my floss wall moved. We are all set up over here. My desk is a mess. At least one thing. Let's start at one thing. Neighbor sister that I have. Okay, hey Laurel, you're on Twitch. Okay, I see your chat. So we'll see how it goes. Did you get a notification for YouTube? Because yeah, I just really don't know. So with all the moving, I somehow lost my glue gun. Hey Mandy, welcome. Please go ask your aunt for a glue gun, because it's kind of important or something. Okay, if you could see this pile of bags, I have to go through and try and find the one I'm looking for. If you could see behind me, we got the floss wall moved, and I'm going to move the camera just a little bit. Can you see that little empty space right up here? True. That's very true. She said she might get the notification for YouTube tomorrow. So you see this little space? Because I bought 3 of these boards, and I had 2 go horizontal, and then I realized I needed the 3rd and didn't have any room to add the 3rd down here. Plus it would make it way too tall. Space. I knew exactly what I wanted to put there, but I wasn't finished stitching it yet. Project. It's not this one. Ooh, my chair. How's everybody doing today? Are we stitching? Stitching's all. Had a meeting today that I had to get up early for, and now I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Okay, not in bag number 2. Ooh, this looks like some of my big ones. So, oh, okay. Well, you just keep an ear out, right? Last week we did some kitting, and I kitted up the caterpillar cross stitch. It's called Touch of Magic. It's the stitch along that's starting later this month, and it's a mystery stitch along, but they kind of give you like what, and yeah, so it's going to be similar to this but Halloween flavored, so that'll be really neat. I'm excited. I apologize for the background noise. I can only do so much. My son is a very loud talker. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing some colors that are looking promising. Oh, is that it? Nope. I feel like we might be getting closer though. I had a method to my madness when I sorted these, and I don't remember what it was, and I didn't label any of the bags so that I would know what the plan for that bag was. I kind of thought, I think this is the smalls bag. Good night, Rita. I'm so sorry that my timing and your timing are so incredibly off, because I miss you. Oh, I bet she followed on Twitch. Oh, it has a little Twitch symbol next to each of the comments. So I really don't know if it worked going live on YouTube. I'll figure it out another day. It's not a big deal. Ooh, I found it. I found it in the very last bag. They always say it's the last place you look, right? I always figure that's because why do you keep looking? So here is Needleworker. So this is Needleworker by Country Cottage Needlework. Really good right there. Yes, time zones suck. Talk of finishing. So I'm working so good. Yeah, that's what I did last. I'm gonna sign somebody in, but I can listen. So this is Needleworker. I finished it a while back. I don't know what fabric it's on anymore because there's no tag. Yeah, see, I didn't see it live on YouTube either. I set it up. I had to pay for a prescription. Kind of worked. It's something I can mess with later. I literally had like 3 minutes till the stream when I was playing with it. So I'm going to fully finish this. I'm going to take some of this foam board and cut it up. We're going to put it around it up there, but later I might come back with some Rick Rack or something just to zhuzh it up a little bit. My dad cracked up when I was telling him that the other day. I was going to zhuzh it up. And then we'll move on and see what all we do. Okay. So, first things first. Okay. This piece of foam board is long enough. Let me switch cameras. I did all kinds of different setup this week, y'all. Just totally throwing myself off. Okay. There we go. Maybe. We'll see. Oops. Hot glue gun. Why is that? There we go. There we go. All right. Let's switch. Let's take a look. Dun da da da! Stitch cam. I think it might be better if I stick this over here. Like this. Oh, the cord's too heavy. Okay, I'm gonna switch it back just so I don't give y'all motion sickness while I tighten it. Okay. That was the wrong button. Okay, and now I think I can invert it. Let's see. Flip vertically. All right, so I am going to, I don't want to give it much room on the top. I'm going for this area here. Pretty narrow, so we're not going to give it a lot of extra room. And actually what I think I'm going to do, I have some pins here. I'm going, ooh, I caught that one with my finger. So I'll at least get the board. I left my box cutter over here. Okay, so Lori's at work. Laurel's at work. Mandy, what are you working on? Are you working? Okay, 1 second. Hey. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to pull these out now. Coding. Or you're just having to get through that to get to where you want to do. I can't remember. I'm sure you've told me. All right, so you can't see it, but I can see the little dots across here. And I'm going to this. I wonder. Let's do this and we'll trim it down if we need to. How's that sound? All right. Just got home from convert a phrase into Morse code. Okay, that's. Or you got to get a machine to do it automatically. Gotcha. I'm not sure coding would be up my alley. I've done things with computers before. Worked IT. Wah! That was horrible. Lucky for me, that mistake is gonna get covered up. I don't know if you can see. Went a little wonky there. It's okay though. Just gonna make sure it goes down the right cut. We can hide that other cut behind fabric. That's cool. Tell you how to speak Morse code. What motion? I don't know. Neat, fun times at school. My kids had their field day today, and they're super sunburned. It's hilarious. So I know, like, a lot of people use the sticky board. This is just foam board. I can't cut straight for the life of me. Ah, there we go. Close enough. There we go. It's not horrible. It's not too bad. All right. Just because then I think I can get it tight. May from season 2 or my raccoon? Well, I mean, raccoons always win. Just saying. I like the stuff from season 2, but not enough to, like, buy it. That's the hands-on design, right? I'm thinking of the right thing. Like, about the same distance on either side. So I'm going to pin the one side. I'm going to pour some of these pins out because I stuck my finger on one a minute ago. That was unpleasant. I'm just going to stick the pins into the foam. That's one thing that's kind of nice. The foam is the raccoon. Is it the Year in the Woods raccoon? Because then totally that one. Because you're doing the Year in the Woods series, right? You said you're doing the whole series. I think we talked about that last week. So I'm just putting a few of these in here. Kind of hold it into place while we tighten and make adjustments and that sort of thing. We had a raccoon that we rescued, and it was our pet for a while. And so I have a thing for raccoons, even though Riley was like the meanest thing ever. At first, she wasn't, because we got her as a baby and she got really time. I think she got tired of being put up in this a little bit. I may have to trying to get it taut. I'll pin this other side. I just poured a whole bunch of pins on my desk. Y'all can see that over there. I'm gonna pin this. I am not a professional, and because it gives us a little room to it makes sure it's tight, but you can see that we have a little bit more room over here than we do over here. This part I can kind of just stretch it into place. I don't necessarily need to adjust it, like pull it out, or yeah, like pull both sides out and readjust. Oh, just broke the head off that pin. All right. I'm just going to kind of stretch, just kind of slide it around the board there. And looks close enough. This is a lot of eyeballing it, I'll be honest. As I said, I'm not a professional, and I also, it's good enough. I'm going to go with it, because I'm not going to look at the flaws on my wall. Unless it's just like blatantly obvious, right? Says we have 6 viewers. Hello, everyone. And now, am I going to do this? Okay. So, look how tight and nice and neat that looks. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe not perfect, but oh, here. I inverted the camera for a reason. But definitely pretty good. I get the rickrack, but we're going to, I think the top and bottom are going to be a little more difficult to be even. We'll stretch it. It's okay. We'll do one side. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to where I want it, pin it, bottom, pin, and we're just going to kind of go down the row like a zipper. Right? Sounds good to me. We're going to do that. I really hope the mic is not picking up the living room too much. Bunch of kids playing games. I think they're playing Fortnite. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom here. I'm going to make the corner look pretty much like I want it to. We're going to stick that pin in. And then put the pin in. We're not going to look at it too closely till we get. Really liking the way it looks already. Again, I'm not a perfectionist, so like I can enjoy the little things. I'm like, yeah, it looks. There we go. Just gonna keep this up. I'm excited. Like, I never fully finish things. I need to do this more often because it's exciting. It's fun. My husband wants our walls like covered in my stitching, and I just have not. I was a little busy getting ready for this, where we went over active shooter drills. Not like actually drilling, but like, you know, what to do in the event you have an active shooter. And then we will have an actual, like, where we drill it out. Like, they'll come in with fake stuff and anyway, we're going to have that later. But we talked about it today. We talked about what to do in the event of protesters, what to do in the, like, just what to do. So it was actually a pretty interesting meeting for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the plan. Is our head of security will actually come in and demonstrate as if he were an active shooter, and then but I think they said maybe September we'll have that training. But today was just what to do in the event of, like, who do you call, how does headquarters, for lack of a better word, that there's bad weather in our area, then they will send out a mass text and email to everybody in our area telling them to take shelter. It's just a piece of foam board. You see, it's kind of thick. And so what I've been doing is, in order to get everything placed right without glue, sticking these pins in, and then I may go ahead and glue it onto the back. I'm not quite sure because the pin look is kind of cool. Kind of digging it. So I got my floss wall moved into the new office. Let's, again, I'm going to use the word zhuzh it up. We're going to decorate. So I keep yeah. So, especially with us being the security, you know, like, what action do we have to take, you know? And one of the things I really gleaned from it, and I know this probably sounds, I don't know, it's going to sound some sort of way and people are going to think whatever they think, right? But one of the main things I gleaned from it is, even though I am security and I am paid to be there to make sure people are safe, my safety is a priority too. So if I don't feel comfortable handling the situation, I am not police trained at all. Obviously, first and foremost, I alert law enforcement. But, like, in the event of an active shooter, I can just evacuate the building with everybody else. And to do that at every facility. And, of course, there's law enforcement. Get law enforcement there as quickly as possible. And both our buildings are, or all of our buildings are, except for maybe one, are fairly close to a... My instincts probably would have made me do that anyway, because I'm not sure the job is worth more than me coming home to my kids. But it's nice for him to say, you know, every life saved, even if it's, you know, ours, is what are we supposed to do when they showed a lot of videos of protesting, because I work in the oil field industry, and I'm not sharing my opinion on it. I'm just expressing that, you know, that's my line of work, and we're almost to the end. I actually put a lot of pins in here, but I just want to make it as stable as possible. And our 1 hour training turned into 2 hours. You know, that's how it goes. I felt like it went well. You know, there's always that one person that has to say a lot of stuff or ask a lot of questions that makes meetings feel monotonous. And we had that, but it's okay. It looks. I'm trying to kind of, because I'm going to cut that off, so you don't want to be seeing that, right? Excuse me, it's even, and that's the most important part. So, and I've got a lot of fabric back here, so I think I'm going to trim some fabric before I start gluing it down. 2 days of my entire life. This thing. Where's my... And I'm just gonna make sure that's fairly straight. Oh my god. Rotary cutter. There you go. Wasn't. She probably smacked me for doing this too, because she's a wing. You could tell that's totally. Not great, but I've kind of run out of room here. Alright. One more time. Some people will probably be like, it's so short. But really, how much fabric do you need back here? Nobody's going to see it. We're going to be right. And just popping in. Can't wait to see this on your next floss tube. Awesome. Thank you, EJ. This was supposed to also be live on YouTube, but I don't know. Maybe if it is, then I can get the recording up afterwards. I don't know. But right now, this is what we're looking like. I keep spinning it upside down because I expect y'all to be upside down and you're not. So that's where we're at. I'm going to Priscilla and Chelsea finishes. Because every time I see them, they are sharper corner. Make it tight, but not too tight. Much faster than I do. I do not have a lot of experience with glue guns and how to not burn myself. Because it comes right through the fabric, you know. This one actually isn't getting too hot, so that might... Oh, it says low temp glue gun. Oh, I had to borrow this, so... So it's kind of like, you know, wrapping a present and just kind of get those corners and then we'll fold the sides in. I'm going to start with the ends. And I'm just kind of stretch it because I put that a bit far away. Again, let me say, I am not a professional. What looks good and try it. And if it doesn't, then don't. I'm not a professional. Never claimed to be. Okay. We're just having some fun. We're all learning together. Some of y'all may already know. Oh. No. The nice thing about having pre-pinned it is I don't have to worry about tightening and checking the signs. I already know that the front is doing what I need it to do. So I'm liking this foam board, this methodology. I think okay. And work the way that we need them to.
Okay.
Huh?
That's
No, I borrowed Lala's. fully finishing something. Lexi says hi, everybody.
This one has
It's going to expire soon. And mine and I are we looking up here? Everything's staying the same just a bit. Okay. All right. Last side. Vicky says hi, Lexi.
Hi, Vicky.
Vicky says 16 days, EJ. What's 16 days, Lexi?
I don't know. School's up. Really? It's only 16 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm so tired.
That's without the weekends, right? 16 days? Because today's the 4th. And y'all get out the 26th, which is 22 days. We're testing this week. That is our state test.
I wish it was that many days with weekends.
Right. It won't be long. It goes really fast, especially with everything you have coming up at the end of the year. We've got 8th grade graduation. She's gonna go to high school next year.
Oh God. Sick and tired of doing that.
Huh?
Sick and tired of doing that.
So then we're gonna come in. You can see, but this is a neat little glue gun.
My fingers have lost all sensation when it comes.
This actually dries really fast, so
You got some on your phone.
it's okay.
I'm kidding.
Close together, and it even kind of sealed in there, just a little better. Kind of close to then. I'm pulling it together and pulling it back, so just because I'm not doing it quite right, but I think I'm gonna add some glue right there.
Good job.
But you just kind of adjust as needed. And you can also trim if you need. So I got quite a bit of fabric right there. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna come to this corner.
Do you have any plans for supper?
No, because I brought stuff home. Corner's kind of really wide. It does that because I pulled the fabric a little too tight on the corner. You need to give it a little room to be able to fold.
Why didn't you just glue this on there?
Glue what on what? You could
Are
take it
they
off.
finished?
One of them is. It's right there. I got this stuff to do that tonight. So, I'm just kind of pulling it so that it. So, 1, 2, 3, done. It's kind of nice. There's.
Kind of how it's supposed to work. As long as you heat up the glue.
No, it means like it's just not that hot. So, there we go. That is what it looks like all done. I know. Pull this back up. That is all done. I'm not.
You were holding it up.
So, going to have it go right. Yeah. I'm just gotta figure out how I want to attach it. So, that is the plan. Okay. So, oh, I set that there and you can't even see it. It's exciting. All right, the next thing on my to-do list. Oh,
That didn't work.
they can't see you down there. Is my Forever and Ever. Already glued to the back. Which, am I supposed to put the magnets on this one or the washers on this one? I can't remember. Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna take these off.
That's scary.
Hmm?
That's scary. Gimme.
So, we're going to put actual washers on this. Washers on that one, magnets on the frame.
Good job.
Okay. but the other ones would be magnet to washer. Okay, we can do that. Top drawer there. I think. Hello.
Where are the washers?
Washers are up here. Turned off some needle minders this morning. Okay, so there's this one. I got both of these. This on Amazon. Not too bad. Okay. She says the magnet, and that's why you don't put the magnets on the pieces. So stick these on here. A person named Mandy. Okay, we're gonna do this way. We just put glue on all of them and stick it on there and then give it some time to dry, right? Right, hope for the best. One, two, three, flip. If they're not like super duper dry. As you can tell, this is my first time doing this. Huh? Lexi got a sunburn today because it was field day. She was out in the sun all day.
I gotta watch that. Why?
See? Dang you down.
I hate magnets. I found a needle in the carpet with the magnets.
Okay, those two didn't stick. It's okay. That one's in its place at least. Hey, Jen. Right?
What?
Where's my mute button? Okay. So, anyway. Kids for sale, kids for sale. These are not even at all. Also, the washers are wider than the magnets, so that's probably what also helps. Oh my goodness. Kind of marked the wood a little bit, so we're just going to take a chance. Give me just a second. Let's let this dry. And I fully finished it. So here is my fully finish of needleworker. And I know it's just kind of plain. I may add rickrack or up there on top of my board and attaches to my floss board. So I'm going to switch the cameras real quick. Okay. Just want to finish so that we could have it hanging there. So that and get my drink. Very bright on that board thing. So I've been trying to glue down by any stretch of the imagination. She just left magnets everywhere. Okay, so had some on now. Now here's the thing, and they are not even. Okay, we gotta switch cameras. They are not even by any stretch of the imagination, but I think this is why the washers are so important. Because your washer is pretty good surface area, right? We got this pretty good surface area. Magnet is small. So if you're trying to attach magnet to magnet, you have to be precise. But with these, you have a little more leeway. So, I'm just going to stick these, not knowing what I was doing. So we're going to do this. We're going to have the washers in all four corners. And then I can now hang it on the wall. And it's a really good thing that we did it that way because it actually hangs like this. So I'm going to have to adjust that. That's scary. Ah, it took one of them off. I don't know that this wood is that glue. Luckily, it has marked the wood, so I know exactly where to put the hot glue. If I shouldn't just like completely surround this with hot glue, so maybe it'll stay. We're gonna let that dry. So, E6000, I do have some of that. We'll let this dry and see if the magnets stay on next time I switch it out, and if not, then yeah. And it may be because we're all fine here. Look, I'm thinking it may be the washers that are pulling it off. One moment. Apologies for. Okay, this one's not popping off quite so easily. It was glued on there really good. She took my stuff. Where did she take off with my stuff? Throwing magnets everywhere. Who knows where that went? Okay. We're going to try putting the magnets on now. Let's move this while it dries. Set this down. Bright tonight so that y'all could see the transition. But I don't know that I have enough foam board. So there's that. I think I have some sticky board somewhere over there. And all my fully finishing stuff, which is not a lot, I'll be honest. We will let this dry. See, because I have, this was the rest of that foam board. It's not big enough. I feel like that's definitely sticky board with some batting on it. I'm trying to remember. So how are y'all doing this evening? Janet, what are you stitching on? Are we stitching? We're just hanging out. Talks amongst yourselves. Trying to remember. You know what else I want to do? We may just have to stitch. Oh darn, stitching year 1 of Frogworks. Ooh, nice. Hey, I actually have to go stitch because I don't have what I need to fully finish this today. But it's so pretty. And it'll switch out with, right? I'm thinking I have that sticky board somewhere. I know I do. I'm just not quite sure where, and this piece is not quite big enough. Also, at some point I want to do, I have two of the Satsuma Street, oh my goodness. I mean, it had, anyway. Hi, it's so nice to see you. So I'm just going to do those in a hoop. So I just got to make sure I have a couple hoops. So let me go grab my stitching real quick and a drink, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello. I'm here to check it out, so I didn't want to use my gnomes. I mean, that's because my fully finishing game is done for today. But we did something, and we did it well. I don't know if you saw Heather. It's a basic, just fully finished, but I'm gonna hang it up above me. So, Bart's mom. New mom and all. Alright. But I thought this one would be a little easier to stitch on stream. Especially since my Lowry has up and disappeared. Not my Lowry, my, so I have my table clamp. I have my corner clamp. It's the bar that goes from the table clamp to the corner clamp. Has walked away. So my list of to-dos tonight is to find that. And, because I take that to work, I take that to retreats, like, we cannot go losing dealing with the current ones, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have more. Just, it's the end of the school year, STAR test starts tomorrow, and they're, Lexi, I think, is just really getting herself worked up about it, so. Shouldn't it always be with the stand, but nope. Cleaning up my needle mess over here. My pins. Okay. Good enough. Oh, yeah, because you work at a school, right? Every state has a different type of test. Ours is called the STAR. Ours Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because she's in the grade where I don't know how to tell. A mystery. It's called Nordic Winter Band Sampler. Oh, okay, y'all do yours early. STAR 360, and not necessarily like, I just feel like they could be learning so much more if they weren't learning how to take a test. Okay, and my battery is low. Go figure. So we'll see. AP testing. Senior exams. Fun. Ooh, it's back. And that's just it. I know the teachers don't like it any more than the kids do. So y'all have to do what you're told, and they have to do what they're told, and it is how it is. apparently, I mean, I know from when I was in high school, like, the information that is on those state tests is very like this, right? It's very confined. It's more so than it is what the passage is about. And you do that over and over and over again. Whereas I feel like when you have final exams and the information that you're learning in class is so much more encompassing, it's just, I don't know. So, mastery. So, I think she's psyching herself out about tomorrow for absolutely no reason. But, that or I'm going to go take a nap. One of the two. This one is a lot of fun. I need to get at least another. One of these days I'm going to get a camera that works better for this. And unfortunately, as much as I try, I'm a two-handed stitcher, so my hand just gets in the way. I was watching somebody on Twitch yesterday say something opulence. Venetian Opulence by Mira, I think. And I think she was stitching it upside down to keep her hand out of the way of, because like if I were to stitch like this, it looks upside down to you. Did it work? Oh, okay. Let's try this for a few minutes. We'll see. You never even get to see their scores. So like you don't get to know how well they did, how well you trained them. The nice thing is if you do it only 90 degrees, then you have to flip which stitch goes on the bottom. Which I know it's okay. Oh, gotcha. What do you teach? I know Vicky's got those high schoolers. And EJ's got the in-betweens, right? I think she's around the 3rd to 5th grade, I think. Maybe 5th to 7th. Something like that. I don't know how Ryan's going to do this year. A little worried about him, but we'll see. Yeah, he may do real fun at all. And I was not any good at it. There's a reason I did not become a teacher. If the teachers ask him verbally, but his answers on a test will always be wrong because he just bubbles. That there was absolutely no way it was the answer, and to help him to change that. So you can see, but I do that when I'm stitching too. This L shape out here, go to reach. I don't know what it's about. So I stitch fabric. It's out of the way. 3 days a week, and so I was like, we'll just do schooling on the 4 days that I'm off. But then 9 times out of 10 I would get called. So there was a lot of slacking off that year. I mean, we got it all done eventually, but that last month of school was like full force. We were trying to do everything from the entire school year in like a month and a half. And it's one of the reasons I didn't do very well in college, is because I'm not self-disciplined enough to make myself work on something when it needs to be worked on. And my kids are very much like that too. So Lexi self-motivates better than Ryan does, but this is where it's going to get a little tricky. I enjoy coming and spending time with y'all and it's just, I don't know. I enjoy the company, even if I have a lot of distraction right now. My kids are having a fight in the kitchen. What colors are you using? I am using 3843 is the dark blue. My light blue is 3761. These are the three colors. So when she charted it in different colors, grays basically. It was light, dark, and sparkly. So it is nice, like, you know that if you say something, I'm going to hear you, right? So it's really nice way of being able to converse. Of course, we're on Zoom, like, sometimes it gets a little too quiet. Like here at the house, no, because the kids and my husband and we usually have something going on the TV, but boring to stitch. But I enjoyed the company between us stitching. But it's knowing that if you wanted to say something, you could just say it. Different than everybody else's. That's kind of hard because, like, if I were to stream at my normal, like, full scale stitchy time, usually in my best rhythm, I love it. I love being on night shift. I would not trade it for day shift or anything. We have a couple facilities that they're day shift only. And so the people that get assigned there, pretty much that's all. They don't work anywhere else. They just work those facilities. And I think the idea of having a set location is great and fun. And I like facilities because I can usually stitch. But one, it's daytime, so there's people walking around. They don't have any night shift. Back when they had night shift at those facilities, they were my favorite. But they don't have night shift there anymore. Our new truck opens tomorrow. So I don't know if that means I'll be on the truck more, or if it just means I'll be getting more days, or maybe my days will just go back to being consistent. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I did second shift for a while when I was working in the nursing home. Yeah, closed and open. What do you do, Janet? Yeah, I can see that. I do have to say, and day shift, you had a bunch, because most people want to have their shower first thing in the morning. When I was second shift, you had the few stragglers that like to have theirs in the evening right after dinner. Because I'm talking. Come on. Millwright, so maintenance. Okay. Who'd have thunk it? Missed it again. There we go. Does that mean you get off about 10 o'clock? That's when our second shift was like 3 to 10, I think. Okay, skip one. I think I'm just going to get to 600 stitches on this one tonight, and then I'm going to put it away, work on a different goal. So I do want to get it done. Sting to the change of month. I think when I was talking in my floss tube this week, I said that the butterfly that, yeah, it was March. Yeah. So anyway, it was a mess. I'm always a mess. And I said, I kept trying to say I, and I was like, it's not an I, it's a T. It wasn't. It was an N. Like, I was all over the place with that one. It's okay. Off tomorrow too. I said September in my last floss tube. Like saying it's September right now? Yeah, that's really far off, Vicky. You don't want it to be September already. You'd have to go back to work. 6. Instead of being almost done. I think I got this. We're running out of thread here. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was working like since we've been short a rover position. He's had me bouncing all over the week, and so it's Tuesday and I think it's all over the place, completely messed up. So, and then like especially this week, she needed transportation too. And floss tube, I think. So I had to have Monday off. So he's vacation, and sometimes I'm like, I wish I was one of the few. We have a few in our company that like they get put in a position and they pretty much never leave. Like there's this one guy that works the family camp 3 to 4 days a week, every single week. He's always there. Coffee and Stitches with Mandy. Oh, okay. Yep. Maybe Reading and Stitching is Reading and Stitching on FlossTube. We also have Laurel, the person that's chatting in here. Needle Queen is Alma's Stitching Wonders, I think is her FlossTube name. Y'all are all FlossTubers. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so that, like, he works that same place all the time. But then, and I was like, I kind of wish I could get one of those positions where I'd never do anything else. But, the thing about that is my boss went to somebody, I don't remember if it was Casey or one of the other guards, and was like, Sam is the only female I have working for me that doesn't complain about where I put her. She just does what I ask. So that's why I'm the floater. I bounce around. So as soon as I heard that compliment, I'm like, now I want to be the one he can count. That's what I was doing. I want to keep doing it. I try and follow everybody that I can. I may not be able to watch them all, but I will subscribe. I will catch one here and there when eventually it rolls over to people you're not subscribed to or people that you're subscribed to that just put something out. Sometimes I tend to just let it play because a lot of times I listen to FlossTube while I'm driving. Because I'm just listening if there's something I need to look at, whatever that was, but I get to hear them explain. So it's fun to see things, but I'm sitting at home watching FlossTube. That's what I'm doing. I'm listening while I stitch, and then I'll look up when I need to. There's not any point where I'm watching TV just like this. Except maybe an episode of Bridgerton, because it just, I got to that point where I was like, good night, Sale Mark. We said hi. Actually, that he might not appreciate that. Bye, Vicky. They've been watching, I think it's Below Deck. It's something about a boat that they've been watching. And he's really into it, so they've been watching it together. these little snowmen are so cute. Yes, Bridgerton. Yeah, have you watched season 2? Yes. Oh my goodness. You know who, if I am if I'm struggling with my anxiety really bad, right, and satisfy me, you know who I love to go watch because her voice will calm me down? Is Caroline at Off the Grid. Yeah, she makes me feel. My grandmother is much the same way. Pleasant, and it's soft. So yeah, I watched Bridgerton. Here we go. And he's like, what? And I'm like, here. Season 1 was better. Season 2, I felt like had me, and I will not give away any spoilers, okay? But I'm like, why? Why is that happening? And so, I've never read the books. I have the first one on my shelf. I have not read it yet. Season 1, but it felt more drawn out, should I say, in season 2. So, I enjoyed it, but it definitely had its... So, I don't know how I ended up doing this. And can I say I was a little... So, there's that. Oh, I'm just going to quit talking now. Unless you want spoilers about Chicago Fire, because that's what else I'm all into these days. Sound like Kit and Stitcher there. Yeah, I'm with you, Heather. I agree. It's yummy anyway. What is it? It says I'm dropping frames. Have y'all noticed me dropping frames? Interesting. Okay. We're under a snow pile here. And on the stitching. Not here. It's very warm here. Tornado warning or watch. Or maybe I'm getting those backwards. I tend to do that sometimes. This one has been fun. It's been pretty easy to keep up with. Like, of course, I'm adding another stitch along to my plate this month, so that should get interesting. Trying to keep both of them up, and I mean, from what I can tell from the fuzzy picture, but I did deck the halls, and they're the same aesthetic, right? This one does have a black cap. Like the snowflakes. I have a thing for snowflakes, and each of them is just a tiny bit. You'll be able to see more once I put the other color in. I think the only thing that bothers me about the snowman block is its negative space, is what makes the snowman. So if I was doing this on white, we'd be all good, but I'm gonna have gray snowman, which actually looks really good in the camera, so no big deal. But it was just something I was unprepared for. Book 3, one that was all into his art school. That'll be interesting. Bridgerton Estate. Guess we'll see. Anything else y'all are watching? So I'm binging. I say binging, it's taking me forever because I only watch an episode or two every few days. I could just fill it in with white. I could. I'm just going to leave it be because I would feel the need to fill it all in with white. But I think if they... So I've been really into Chicago Fire, but I started from the beginning just a few months ago. So I'm not caught up yet. I'm getting there. I'm really close. And a character died on the show. Was that I've never seen this actor until I watched Chicago Fire. He... Because we work in the oil fields, like when we pull our trucks over, it's all gray. And why? Because the dirt is brown, but the mud is gray. Anyway, yeah. What? Masked Singer. Okay. I've watched a few episodes. I've never kept up with that one. I'm not really good at keeping up with any of the reality TV. I enjoy it. I really like when we all pick to them and see whether or not they actually do well. So oops. Let me push the button. I'm kind of counting, sort of. Trying to... Yeah, that makes sense. They're just... That's the nasty snow, right? It's not the fun stuff. Okay, so we have those stitches. Okay. It is 7:53. I'm going to be off of here in just a few minutes. I'm so glad y'all came and enjoyed some time with me. Again, I'm stitching on Nordic Winter Band Sampler from Stitching Cabin Co. on Etsy. It's a monthly release, and this is Maze Block. We fully finished Oh No Needleworker, and we put this stuff on for Forever and Ever. We'll see how that goes. It should be dry though, so we can look at it here in June. I don't know what my schedule is next one. If I have to adjust, I will let y'all know in my floss tube. And I'll try and remember to post it. Also, I totally forgot to announce my winner on my last floss tube, so I just made it a post on my YouTube. Shannon her comment was picked by the random comment picker. So the logo that you see, and my sister is in the process. She's made a few needle minders. I need to post more of those because she's made several. I just haven't gotten them up yet. She's made some scissor fobs that it's a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it. I just got the bear in, the new Cottage Garden Samplings Year in the Woods. So, and Corgi Caboodle. That one's so cute. And I got it pretty much the same day I finished Raccoon Ravel. So that was fun. Okay, here's where I got to. I'm going to stitch 2, 3, okay. 15 away. If it's going to one of her bags. 3 colors, I just tuck them in there. Nope. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. So let's scoot this back a little bit. Lift it up some. This is, I should probably get my pattern off the screen. This is the frame that I'm using. Magnets. Forever and Ever. You glued down washers. Right? Let me do a slight check to make sure they won't just pop off. Alright, and which way is up? This way is up. We're just gonna pop it into place. What about this side? Let's move it over this way just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I think we're about even. I think we go this way. There we go. And then here's the real test. I'm gonna pop it off here. Ah, the magnet stayed, the washer stayed. We are finish Merry and Bright to be able to switch out with this one. If not, we will either kit something up or we'll stitch. Heather, the confetti stitcher that joined us, the X Stitch Twitch, this was inspired by her. She was on Virtual Stitchers one time. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras. Get this one out of the way. So, yeah, I have the whole, I don't know which way to go with it, floss wall. And then I have my fancy flosses on rings, just on little command hooks over there. Then I got my little needle minder board. So now when a spot is empty, I can just take a picture of the whole board and then zoom in and see the number and know what to get. Oh, not another DMC. Fancies are still in a bag.
20.
That means it's 8 o'clock, y'all. All right. Well, so cute. And we'll see.